Well, this conversation on trigonometry with Jimmy Carr, this is really sparking thought. I mean, this is really sparking a lot of deep thought for me. Hang on. Look, chicken sticks to turn around. Ooh. You think about it. They're talking about the value of, well, they're talking about how one thing missing from social media is the social aspect of it. It's social media without the social, really, isn't it? There's no real social connection. There's no human contact. There's no human connection. That human, which put these, it brought some words out of here and put them in here. We all used to have conversations and experiences. Now we watch them, which subconsciously reminds us how much we need conversation and experiences. You see, I can handle being alone. Being alone doesn't bother me. Really doesn't bother me. I'm quite comfortable in my own, in my own company. That's fine. I'm quite happy with that. Loneliness isn't something that I have much of an issue with when I'm alone. You can be in a room full of people and feel lonely, feel disconnected. You can feel disconnected from them all while they're all looking at you and making jokes about you, pretending like they're laughing with you when they're laughing at you. Like everybody's experienced that at least once in their life, if not 100. It happens to us all. Before the kid's mother left, I felt far more lonely than I do now. And now, the only times I really feel lonely is when I see my kids stuck on their, looking in their existential crisis rectangles. Again, thanks Bear, thanks TJ, I love that one. Babylonian rectangles of the window to hell, whatever you want to call it. The black mirror that shows you everything that's wrong with you and everyone else. But it'll never show you what's right. You'll never find what's right in there. You might find what's correct, but you'll never find what's right. Like I've always said, do not confuse right and wrong with correct and incorrect. You can correct what's incorrect, you can be wrong. And you can be right. I don't like being wrong. I love being right. And I'm happy to be incorrect. Because it means I can be corrected. Capiche? You tracking? Are we tracking? You picking up what I'm putting down, bruh? And I'm sitting here and I feel like I'm trying to compete with these things or the PlayStation for some attention from my kids, who I spend all day, every day living like putting my effort towards. I don't live just for them, I live for the Most High. And I live a little bit of life for me. But it's mainly for my purpose, and they are a big part of my purpose. That's why you're meant to put the Most High first. You have a purpose, you have a job to do, and they're part of my purpose. Raising them in the path that they should go so that they can always find their way back if should they wander from it. These things will lead you astray, they will lead you from the path, they will lead you from your purpose. Not to it, from it, away from it. So will this shit. So will this shit. So will this shit. Okay? Even that's bad for you. That's bad for you. It is. Look, the cigarette is the doorway drug, not pot. Cigarette. You will try a cigarette before you'll ever try a pot. Nowadays, I know people that have never smoked pot but have had ice. Different conversation, but relatable. Relatable and related to. Tell me chicken sticks. Oh, Christ. Lord, help me to the kitchen and back. Trying to burn the chicken. Bad enough to burn my legs. Get some chocolate fish. We used to have conversation and experiences, and we'd have those conversations with somebody who was experiencing the same conversation in the moment. They're the memories you hang on to. They're the memories that you don't want to let go of. There's a gazillion on here that you can't even remember and don't care about, and there's a lot of bad times and loneliness on here. The people that just don't seem to pick up when they know you're having a bad time, when you need someone, it's because we've all become disconnected. We're focusing too much on what makes us different to one another and what we don't agree on. Never stopping to think about our similarities and what makes us so similar. Somebody done some study, and I believe it was about a serial killer or a terrorist or some like real extreme bad person. And they were saying, geez, this is, someone was saying to this person who had done this study, some sort of psychoanalysis person. Not that I get much into psychology. I do, but psychology's okay. Psychiatry's a problem. I'll get into that in a second. It's related. Now, they said what's really scary is the fact that that person is only not even a whole % different to us. It's only one life experience away. It's only one life experience. One bad or psychologically tormenting experience between them and someone who's level-headed, got their shit together and can feel compassion and empathy. A sociopath is only one psychopath away from being a sociopath, from losing connection from their empathy and compassion, from being able to switch off their conscience. A psychopath is born that way, a sociopath learns it. It's a formed character, not a natural one. Did you think maybe Adolf Hitler was a sociopath? I think so. I don't think he was a psychopath. I think it was a character that was learnt over time, subconsciously, against his will. There you go. That's sad, isn't it? For someone who loved art so much and had so much love and compassion for his country and for people to turn out the way he did. So don't ever think it can't happen to you. Now, what's the definition of having depression, psychological or emotional disorder, or someone being suicidal? What's the recipe that creates that? Too much time in your own head with negative thoughts placed there by somebody else. It's what it is. And how does that come about? Letting people get to you with their everyone's a critic attitude. You know, it's true, everyone's a critic, everybody knows better, everybody looks down at everybody, everybody's better than everybody. Sorry, no you're not, no we aren't, no they aren't, no I'm not. This race bullshit, there's only one race, the race of man, male and female, man and woman. Not this human shit. Okay? It's a made up thing. It's a made up thing because Hugh in an ancient language means monster. Monster man. That's saying that we're an amalgamation of two different species. I still use the term because I think humanity is it's a commonly understood word, a commonly comprehensible word. People know what you mean when you say humanity. Where's your humanity? Where's your compassion? Whereas once upon a time they would have said, why does man not love man? Why do we not love our brethren? It's just different language nowadays, you know. It's simplified language. It's why we need to use so many more words to describe something so much less complex, something so simple. It's getting harder and harder and harder to describe simple things. Hebrew is so hard to decipher because we've overcomplicated things. One letter was one word and one word was one sentence, and you could say so much just with 4 or 5 little glyphs, keystrokes, pen strokes, whatever you want to call it. Letters. The letter Y means yod, and yod means to work with your hands. It's your hands. The toil of your hands. It's straight up with the letter Y. The first letter and name, the first letter and word and sentence of Yeshua or Yahuwah, YHWH, which is Jesus in modern terms. His Roman name was Jesus. I don't know all the Hebrew language, don't get me wrong. I've barely scratched the surface on just a couple of letters. That's, for us, is very complex. For them, they would be like, why is it so hard for you to explain such simple things? Why do you need so many letters and words to name a thong? Whereas for them it was the other way around. One letter would have named that, would have, like, one letter would have been enough to name that, put it into a sentence, tell you what it was used for, what its purpose was, probably how it was made. Which is probably why so much thought went into the scriptures. Chicken sticks out here. Chicken sticks. Make sure Lily gets a couple. So yeah. So we used to have soulmates and mates and close friends and best friends and confidants, companions, comrades. Now we just have acquaintances and people we know for convenience. We have trends. It was, you know, the trends, I'll ride with you and I'll ride with this and I'll ride with whatever and I'll ride with this flag. People putting flags on their little display of what they want the world to think that they are, when they're probably nothing like it, know nothing about what they're going on about. I'm with Palestine, I'm with Israel. And then people trying to connect the Jewish people of the nation state of Israel with this when it couldn't be further removed. Okay? The biblical Israel is not the nation state of Israel. The biblical Israel is a people group. The Jewish people, who are God's people, are anybody. It's like saying, you're my bro and you've always got my back, so I've always got you. You will be my brother. We're bros. You're my bro. Hey bro, hey mate, like, and actually meaning it. That's what he means by with Jesus' Jewish people, Christ's Jewish people, Yahuwah's Jewish people, Yah's Jewish people. The Jewish people of Mashiach. Messiah. Mashiach. I'm not very good at my pronunciations. Well, probably because I've got no teeth. Yum. So, because everyone's disconnected, they haven't got a clue what they're talking about. They're just following social media trends on these things. How many people are like, gather up their mates and all go swimming together now? Go fishing together. Like, really, gather up all their mates and go as a group to the beach somewhere, or somewhere out of the way, to a waterhole. Go for a swim, have a barbecue, and end up hanging there all night next to a campfire. That was a weekendly thing for us once. That was something that we couldn't wait till next weekend for to do again. Conversations and experiences. I pity you, but you young people. Not only don't you have those, we have twisted society so badly with these things, it's not even safe to do anymore. This is this is when I start getting pissed off and really, I'm passionate about that shit. It is so sad. For generations, city people have never, ever, ever experienced it and haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. I've lived in the cities. I've seen what they're like there. Wow. I feel bad for them. They don't even know where milk comes from, some of them. It's a fact. Some of them have got no idea where milk comes from. They think it's made and put in a carton. Which is part of why I fear the whole AI thing. We already have generations of people who have absolutely no idea of the process of food, nutrition, how to make and fix anything. All they know how to do is to order it online or to buy it already pre-made. And they have to get somebody else to assemble their flat pack furniture. Now they've got perfectly understandable, comprehensible instructions there, but they don't know how to use a screwdriver. They don't know how to match threads together. They try to put the wrong nut in the wrong bolt and all that, and can't work out why it won't work. Don't you allow these things to start doing all your thinking from you, all your thinking for you. I should say, that's a good way to say it. These things will do all your thinking from you. They'll take your ability to think away from you. It's like your muscles. It's like a muscle. Use it or lose it. Your brain is a muscle. Use it or lose it. Once you got that chip in your bloody head that Elon Musk wants to put in us, the Neuralink, there goes all linked to what? You're linked to the bloody machine. You're not linked to each other. That's the last straw on the camel's back that'll make it collapse and it all goes to custard. That's the last. It's the last chip in the bag. After that, there's nothing left. Try going out without these. Start leaving them at home. They didn't exist when I was a young'un. I didn't have one until, crikeys, I didn't even own one until they'd been out for 10 years. I didn't want one. I never wanted one. Once I got one, it did nothing to get me into trouble. I had idle hands, so my fingers started doing the devil's workshop's walk for me. My fingers started doing the walking for me. Instead of it being an actual chore, a task, and a hassle to go and get something that I probably shouldn't have been getting, when it was pissing down rain or just couldn't be bothered, I could get it delivered. It's not a good thing. Think about your DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that shit. Now you're paying $30 for a $5 burger that was already $10 overpriced. that's bad for you. It's not going to fill you up. But you're going to get fat from it that you didn't earn. And somebody else from another country, the Hindu dude, who laughs at you when he leaves your house because he knows you're a fool for because he's making money off you being a fool, being a sucker. Or you sit inside and you eat that and then you realise you've got no money for something that you need and you feel bad about yourself. That made it possible. Instead of the experience of getting off your ass and going to the shop and talking to the people in the shop and having a conversation and an experience of getting that and being able to choose whether you really want it or not before you've even ordered it and pay for it. Because you can ask them what's in it, how big it is, and then you can make your own mind up as to whether it's going to be sufficient or not. Now people will send whatever to your house because you can't send it back once you got it. You've already paid for it. You can't send it back. See how that works? Or because of lack of conversation and experience. Now do you not just comprehend but also understand the importance of conversations and experiences? Connection, real connection, face to face. Because of this, everyone's forgotten what freedom of speech is. They think they have freedom of speech with one of these. Sorry, that doesn't talk, that doesn't get in someone's face, that doesn't actually make a real complaint because they can choose to ignore it, delete it, or use it against you. Oh, this person said this, rah, rah, rah. Fact check it, you're cancelled. Or you're in court because of so-called hate speech. Hate speech that you typed that they probably didn't even choose to read. Somebody else might have picked up on it. It's not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is your free will to use your God-given voice. Your God-given free will, your God-given voice, and your God-given courage, the armour of God. You don't want to look at it that way. It's your basic human right to speak freely, provided you have the spine to do so. And everyone's lost their spine. Why? Because they're not used to confrontation, conversation and experience. Some people aren't worth it. That's why there's a parable in there about do not cast pearls before swine. Pearls of knowledge and wisdom. You cast it before swine, they'll just eat it and shit it back out and think nothing of it. They're not interested. They don't want to know. You're wasting your breath. You're wasting your pearls. But you only learn that through conversation and experience. You try to have a conversation, it goes sideways, you have a bad experience, you don't bother again. On here, people will argue all day. Each other is so self-important and self-righteous and sanctimonious and presumptuous with no facts. Never the twain shall meet. You like that one? You can argue all day on here, but never the twain shall meet. There's some pearls for you. I have days like this now and then. I'm just loaded with philosophical stuff and it all falls into place. Other days I just flounder. Other days I have heaps to say and it's all right in my head until I start recording and then everything goes all, nah. I'm like, that's not what I was trying to say. But anyway. That was a bit hard for my gob. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.